It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to...
Go, yeah, let's go. You got it. All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
It takes courage and determination to do hard things.
But you can do them.
Quitting tobacco and vaping is possible.
Backyard games. There will be obstacles to face and challenges to overcome. Are you ready?
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Fun
once again to the 2-7 and 14 seed Gooding Senators. And Paul, for the second week in a row, these two teams will face each other.
Right.
And last week, it did not go very well for Gooding as Kimberly blanked the Senators 45-0.
You know, it's always nice to end the regular season on such a high note, right? And then to turn around and meet that same opponent is great for maybe Kimberly, but I'm sure Gooding is like, you got to be kidding me, really? But it does, for Gooding, give them a chance to redeem themselves, to come back and say, all right, we watched you once, we played against you once, you punched us in the mouth, we're going to come back and punch you in the mouth when it counts.
Absolutely, and it serves as a measuring stick for did they get any better over the course of the week or whatever. You know, and let's talk a little bit about the keys to victory for both of these teams. And for Gooding, you know, they come in averaging only 10 points a game.
Right.
And the idea of getting into a scoring match with Kimberly, that's not going to end well either. So ball control seems to be the phrase of the day for Gooding.
Yeah, ball control, ball control, ball control. That's pretty much what they have on their board, because when you're going against a team like this, the less time they have the ball in their hands, the better. Keep your offense out, keep your defense, keep it, you know, their job needs to be getting that ball. You're not just tackling tonight, Scott. You are tackling, you're punching the ball, you're scraping at the ball, you are trying to get everything. And in games like this, Scott, special teams play a bigger role than they do in most games, because if you can turn that field back on a special teams play, that's just a free possession.
Absolutely. And for Kimberly, you know, it's easy to look past a team you just throttled last week.
Right.
And this Bulldog team, however, has got so many weapons, from quarterback Cade Larson to Goff to Stringham, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. And so for Kimberly to take a step backward, highly unlikely, but that's why they play the game. And we are just about set for action here. It's going to be the Kimberly Bulldogs kicking off to the Gooding Senators. It will be Kimberly moving right to left in front of us, dressed in their black jerseys, red numbers, red helmets, white pants. And meanwhile, for Gooding, they will be in their black pants, white jerseys and red numbers, and white helmets. We are just about set for action and the start of the 3A state football playoffs.
All right. Welcome, everybody. It's always a good time. Be here at Kimberly. I think last time you and I here, Scott, we were on the roof, and I think it was for this opening playoff game, and it was cold. It's cold tonight.
It is a chilly one here in Kimberly, and we are underway, and Gooding will take the football on the return. For Gooding is number 4. That's going to be Patterson, and he gets it out across the 25 to about the 26, and that's where we will have our first possession of the ball game.
We got a lot of games going on tonight around the state on Idaho. Actually, just four games on Idaho Sports. Tomorrow night, there's a lot of games tomorrow night. And then, of course, we've got one game on Saturday up in Timberlake.
This will be Braden Martin out of the gun, turned hands off to the first man through, and there's not a whole lot happening there. Kimberly, number 78, that's going to be Thurnagel, puts the stop on the running game for Gooding. Maybe gain of a couple of inches is all. 2nd and 10 now for Gooding. Line of scrimmage right at that 26-yard line. The quarterback is Braden Martin, the senior. 988 yards on the season, averaging about 109 yards a game, 9 touchdowns to go along with 8 interceptions. And he'll work out of the gun, looks to throw, looks to his right, cross the middle, complete. That's going to be Patterson. And Patterson lost the football after he got it, and here comes Kimberly. And that's going to be number 30, Chase Tilton. Now, I couldn't tell, Paul, if he had it and it was just stripped away or it bounced away. And Tilton came away with it, just said, Patterson, I will take it. And Tilton goes all the way to the house, opening score. Boy, and if you're Gooding, that is not how you want to start this ball game.
No, and it's what we talked about in the pregame about possessions, but it's the wrong teams, right? We talked about Gooding needing to do that, but instead, Kimberly going out, scoring first, getting that, stripping the ball, turning it around on the fumble recovery, about 30 yards. It was right about 30 yards on that.
Yeah, we'll give him about 35 yards on the fumble return. And the first score from the defense here at Kimberly at the 11:09 mark, not even a minute in. And we seem to have a little bit of confusion on the point after.
Oh, and there's a penalty of some sort as the White Hats coming over.
Oh, it's unsportsmanlike against Kimberly. So this one is obviously after the touchdown, so they're going to assess this on the kickoff. So Kimberly will go for 2. Direct snap, and that will be Mason Jensen taking it in for the 2-point conversion. And just like that, 2 plays, and Kimberly with the defensive touchdown, 11:09 to go. In the opening quarter, it's 8-0 Bulldogs.
Well, we want to thank Demaray's Funeral Chapel. They're proud to sponsor the Gooding Senators tonight. One time or another, a family will be placed with having to make the difficult, emotional decision of making the final arrangements for a loved one. We've all been there. Demaray Funeral Service, Inc. is committed to providing meaningful services for you and your family, serving Gooding, Camas, and Lincoln counties in south central Idaho with complete funeral and cremation services with on-site crematory pre-arrangements, pre-need insurance, and cemetery monument designing, sales, and servicing. They take time to listen, turning your decisions and ideas into a fitting tribute to honor your loved ones. Good luck at State to Gooding from Demaray's Funeral Chapel.
All right, 51 seconds ago, we were lining up to start the game with a Kimberly kickoff.
Yep.
And we're going to have another one. This one, however, is going to be a little bit further back as Kimberly will kick it away from their own 25-yard line following the unsportsmanlike penalty after the Tilton touchdown.
Good kick.
And the kick from Rodriguez will be scooped up, and boy, what an unfortunate break for Gooding as taking the kickoff and then immediately slipping down was Rio Curtis, and Curtis had a lot of room because it was not to the end zone because of that penalty, but he slips down inside the 20-yard line, and they're going to mark him down, I believe, right at around the 15.
Yeah, the ball hit on the 20, went right to him. That foot just slipped right out. It's kind of like a sprinter when the block slips out. Once your knee goes down, you're finished. That's it.
Well, let's see what Gooding can do in response after that disastrous first drive. This will be Martin. Play action, a little end around. This will be Butch Morris trying to find some room around that left side, and there's not a whole lot happening there. As Morris is brought down by number 70, I believe. That's going to be Brady Dilly, the senior.
Yeah, he just came from behind, and almost it was like two-hand touch, except really hard, and that's kind of brought him down.
No gain on the plays. 2nd down and 10 for the Gooding Senators. You know, the thing about Gooding, and they're going to struggle with this, is their offensive line really is in shambles right now. And we'll talk more about that here in just a second. 2nd down, Martin. Handoff and a little bit of room and a nice run that time for Curtis. As Curtis picks up a good chunk of yardage, we'll give him 8 yards, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
And number 78, Matthew Thurnagel, got the tackle on that one. The big guy has some speed, caught him from behind.
And you talk about this Gooding offensive line, it has really been in shambles all season long. They started getting the injury bug right out of the gate this season,
awful.
And it affected their offensive line. They've been going from backups to the backup to the backup, and it's been patchwork. On 3rd down and 2, it looks like Gooding is going to be close to that 1st down. Coming in and taking the football will be Morris, and Morris falls ahead for 3 yards, and that's enough to move the sticks. 1st down Senators.
Yeah, that's about what he got. They got his feet right at the 1st down marker, and then he just kind of fell forward and got that 1st down. Moving, tell you what, great people in the stands tonight. It's freezing out here. It's not warm. It is cold, and these guys were here, getting their blankets out, and I kind of feel bad in here, Scott. We can invite a few in.
Well, they must have to. They got to bring treats first.
No, that's true. Didn't say there wasn't a price.
1st down, Martin turns, hands it off. Curtis breaks 1 tackle and then gets out ahead to, about a gain of 5 on the play. And the tackle made by Michael Goff. And you're going to hear this guy a lot defensively. He averages 14 tackles a game, leads the Kimberly Bulldogs defensively, and he has been the guy all season long.
14 tackles, that's a lot of tackles a game. You got you're out there busting your butt on that one. We did I did a Grace Kendrick game a couple weeks ago, and the Grace quarterback was also led the team in tackles. Both sides, entire game. Whew. But it was like 80 degrees that day, a lot different than tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. 2nd down and 6. They gave him 4 on the carry, and this time goes nowhere. That is going to be Morris on the carry.
You know what I like on those sidelines? They've got that digital down marker. Instead of the old school, it's just the fluorescent orange. This is actually, battery-powered electric. You can see what the down is. I like it.
If only the jerseys could do that,
That is a great idea. Tell you what, somebody's looking it up now, but you just got your $1 million idea.
I think I did. Just remember that. I've got the recording. Heard it here first.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you don't get the patent.
Exactly.
Okay, we're staying up late tonight.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
3rd down and 8 after the loss of 1. Martin will work out of the gun, play action, drops back, looks out into the flat, has his man. That's going to be Patterson on a screen, but an open field tackle shuts that one down in a heartbeat. Making the tackle again is going to be Goff. And Goff probably saved the 1st down because Patterson came in on that bubble screen from the left side. Goff was the only one there. Made the tackle, and now Gooding will be forced to kick it away.
It was a great play by Gooding. It was a good pass, good reception. But like you said, that tackle was right there. So they're making plays. They just can't move the football far enough down the field to get those 1st downs. Ooh, not a good punt. It kind of went straight up.
And this one is not going to get returned. It does take a Gooding bounce, however, inside the 40, down at about the 37-yard line. And that's where we will see the Kimberly offense for the first time tonight. 6:59 to play in the opening quarter. 8-0 Bulldogs, courtesy of a Tilton 35-yard fumble return on the 2nd play of the game.
Yeah, that punt went from about the 20, and it landed right around the 48, and then took a roll down here to the opposite 37-yard line.
And Kimberly offensively will put 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and throw it out to that right side. It's going to be complete to Larson. Riker Larson turns the corner and has some nice yardage into Gooding territory. Riker Larson, the junior, gets the pass from senior Cade Larson.
Xavier Huber in on the tackle on that side, but not before he got a large stretch of yards on that. They're now in Gooding territory, about where the punt landed.
Line of scrimmage at the 47. Larson will throw again. This time it's complete to Mason Jensen. Jensen run out of bounds inside the 40, close to another 1st down. Give him about 8 yards. 2nd down and 2 as Larson comes out slinging here in the Bulldog opening offensive possession.
Yeah, first play was about 13 yards. Now they've got 8. You keep doing that, you're back in the end zone in about 2.5 minutes.
And Kimberly playing some tempo quickly to the line of scrimmage on this 2nd down and 2. In this Bulldog team, we talked about it in the pregame, so many weapons that you just can't stop them all. 4 receivers, check that, 5 receivers. This one out into the flat complete. Larson to Riker Larson again, and Larson gets to about the 32-yard line. That's enough for another Kimberly 1st down, and the Bulldogs are on the move. They already lead it 8-0, 6 minutes and change to go here in the opening quarter.
When Larson came down on his knees, he wasn't tackled horizontally like usual. He was kind of in that prayer position, and that's where you can kind of worry about pulling hammies, hurting knees. Luckily, he got up and was okay.
Cade Larson looks to the sideline to get the play. He's going to have trips to his left.
I think they were looking at us.
And 2 receivers to his right. He's alone in the backfield. Working out of the gun will be Larson. And we're going to have a delay or a false start, I guess, against Kimberly. So that'll march the Bulldogs back 5. It'll be 1st and 15.
And it was an early false start. I mean, it was right after the ball was set. They didn't even hike the ball. The official was right on it. I think someone probably just shivered.
And this one, Larson will take himself right up the middle, breaks 1 tackle, and down inside the 20 he goes to the 19. And a quarterback draw, spread everybody out, empty the backfield, and let Larson pick up 11, and another 1st down for the Bulldogs.
Those hog mollies up front did their job. They split that defense wide open, and he just turned on the jet 0 to 60. Got that 1st down and more.
First down at the Gooding 19. It'll be 2 receivers to the right and a bevy of receivers to the left. More of that spread formation. And this one's going to go to the end zone.
No.
And it's incomplete. It was intended for A.J. Walker. And that was going to be Martin on coverage for Gooding. And Martin's the quarterback, also plays defensive back and made a nice defensive play to save the touchdown. 2nd down and 10. Same formation for Kimberly. 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Empty backfield for Cade Larson. Gets the snap, looks to his left, out into the flat, complete. Complete to number 12, Riker Larson, who shakes and bakes and makes one man miss, makes another man miss, and then gets down to about the 10-yard line.
You just saw a defender being dragged about 2 or 3 yards. His feet were outside of the pile, just being dragged while he's laying on his back. But that juke was something to behold on that drive.
9 yards on the completion. 3rd down and 1 at the Senator 10-yard line. And now Kimberly will flop the formation. 3 receivers to the right, just 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield. This will be a jump ball to the corner of the end zone, and that one well overthrown. Mason Jensen, the intended receiver. Now it's 4th and 1.
Well, good job to this, Gooding defense. Stacking them up 4th and 1 after 3 or 4, plays in a row where it was first downs, almost first down. Now they're holding them. Got a 4th down right at about the 9-yard line.
And if Gooding can hold here, it's definitely a boost of confidence here. Actually, this is going to be Larson right up the middle inside the 5. He's got the first down, and it's 1st and goal, Kimberly.
So it's 1st and 10, or 1st and 4. 1st and goal from the 4.
There you go.
I've got a little pocket
cheat sheet.
Broadcasting for dummies. I just started my broadcasting class the other day, Scott.
Oh, good.
How am I doing?
Well, I do think you're on a special program.
I'm not on the dean's list yet.
Oh, gosh, no. You don't even know where the dean lives. 1st and goal, Larson out of the gun from the 4-yard line. Takes the snap, looks to pass. Out into the flat, and it's Larson down to the 2. As Riker unable to reach the goal line. It'll be 2nd down and goal for Kimberly.
Well, he had Hammond in the back of the end zone running across that was about 5 yards deeper than that receiver. He might have been able to get to him. Jumanji?
Yeah, it certainly sounds like that's exactly what I was thinking, too. And I don't know if you can hear it through our headsets, but, man.
They're trying to keep warm up on top of the press box.
I thought the monkeys were coming. Here we go. Trips to the right on 2nd down and goal from the 4.
Standing on their own 5.
Larson calls his own number and gets hit and dropped and may have lost a yard. There for Gooding, number 45. That's going to be Nolan Wolf with a great defensive play to bring up 3rd and goal.
Yeah, he came right through, basically untouched on that.
Jeez. Line of scrimmage now the 5-yard line. 3rd down and goal for Kimberly from the 5. Trips right. Larson working out of the gun. In the backfield is Stringham just to the right. Larson to throw to the left side, touchdown.
They went back to that front left corner. Front left corner, 3rd time there. Finally came up with a touchdown.
And 2:29 to go in the opening quarter, and Kimberly strikes again, this time with the offensive unit.
Well, they like to spread that around, give the defense a chance to score, give the offense a chance. Maybe after halftime they'll ask us to come down.
Well, yeah, they might.
I'll stay here.
I did play in a flag football game like over the summer.
You did?
Yeah, it was a little kind of charity football game. 2-point conversion is good, And 2:29 to go. Opening quarter, it is Kimberly on top, 16-0.
Well, for over 13 years, Clover Creek Dental and Mr. McLaughlin have been providing exceptional dental care to Gooding and the surrounding area. They're now accepting new patients and can also do same-day crowns and implants. Dr. McLaughlin is great with kids and can accommodate the entire family. Does he babysit? Clover Creek Dental is proud to support the Senators in tonight's game. That's Clover Creek Dental. And looking for that perfect floral arrangement for any upcoming anniversary, huh, Scott? Birthday, holiday, or just because? I might be. Buy from your local florist in Gooding, Magic Floral. An arrangement from Magic Floral is the easiest way to put a smile on to fill their day with joy. Call Magic Floral in Gooding at 934-8834. Place a direct order or visit them online anytime at magicfloral.net. Magic Floral delivers smiles along with their flowers. That's kind of like you.
How about that? The only time I buy flowers to apologize. It's not really, anything else.
It's not enough flowers in the world sometimes.
No, there is not. All right, on the kickoff, Gooding on the return.
Wow, someone left that door open.
And on the return is going to be Brady Till. And Till brought down by May. Looks like at about the 27-yard line, and this is where Gooding will set up shop, trying to get that offense going, trailing 16-0 here, 2:23 to go, opening quarter. Third possession of the game for Gooding. The first one ended with a Kimberly defensive touchdown, and the second one ended up in a punt. And here we are for round number 3. Martin out of the gun, looks to pass, rolls to his right. Uh-oh. And that one tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Kimberly, number 47. That's going to be Titus Osterman, the freshman. And Kimberly back in business again. And for Gooding, it just could not have started any worse here in the first quarter.
Like you said, it got tipped up. And when the ball gets tipped, everybody in the crowd is just holding their breath. And on that one, Osterman, right man, or right place at the right time. Came down with it. I mean, that's every defenseman's dream, but he's a freshman. How cool is that in a playoff game?
Yeah, and now Kimberly back in business again. They've got it at the 23-yard line. And that one passed to the deep corner to the goal line. It is caught down to the 1-yard line, and that's going to be Hammond, Kason Hammond, the senior, with 10 touchdowns on the year for Hammond. And now Kimberly in business at the 1.
Hammond, a big, tall kid out there. They just threw it up, and he's probably got about 3-4 inches on his defender out there. Turned around, went from the 21 to the 1.
Yeah, Hammond works out of this trip set and is the outside receiver all the time. And this time he got to the corner, just came up, it looks like 2 yards short. First and goal from the 2 is Kimberly. Larson to the sideline, gets the call. Alone in the backfield. And it'll be thrown up again. Too easy. Touchdown. That was Hammond as they went right back to him as he was isolated on the right side, manned up. And, boy, the big kid, Hammond, just raced to the back of the end zone, scooped it up. Another touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Now, the whole left side of the offensive line hit the deck like they were doing push-ups as soon as they said hike, which got the attention of everyone in white jerseys. Give credit, though, to Hammond's defender. He stayed on him the whole time. He just got outreached. But you don't see that too often where they just lay on the ground.
And the 2-point conversion around the left side is good. That's Larson taking it in. Boy, and just like that, it's 24-0 here in the first quarter.
The Stampede Burger, locally owned and operated by Ben and Carmen Stevens since 2007. Stampede Burger is the place to go for the best food in Gooding. Hand-pressed hamburgers and handmade and breaded finger steaks. Ooh, we're going. Hungry yet? There's more. Don't forget about the all-you-can-eat Taco Tuesday and the brand-new Wing Wednesday. Finish off every meal with their new ice cream treat, Stampede Swirl. Stampede Burger, located right in the heart of Gooding at 701 Main Street. Stampede Burger, serving the pride of local farmers and ranchers on every plate. Go Senators. I like me some finger steaks.
Yeah, you do. You're a finger steak kind of guy.
I am. As long as they're real, not the dump them in a bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's tough to find a good finger steak now.
Yeah, I'm kind of a finger steak snob.
I think you take finger steak out of that sentence and it still applies.
Wow, that hurts. That hurts.
Kimberly kick into the end zone. Touchback Gooding. They'll take over. 1st and 10. 1:30 to go here in the opening quarter. Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury, live on IdahoSports.com. It is the number 3 Bulldogs and the number 14 Gooding Senators. And the winner, we don't know where they go because they're going to reshuffle it all.
Yeah.
I mean, you can explain that here, at the next break, but this bracket a little bit different than some. All right, Gooding 1st and 10 from 20. Martin to pass, has it complete, and brought down immediately. It was complete to Cade Page, but waiting right there was Tilton. And if you remember, Tilton had the fumble return for a touchdown 2 plays into the ball game, and a loss on that play.
Yeah, complete pass for a loss of 2 yards. Clock keeps running, about 1 minute left in the first, and Gooding's in a little bit of a hole.
A little bit, with a banged-up patchwork offensive line.
Right.
Where everybody is hurt and has been hurt all season long. And handoff left side. This is going to be Rio Curtis, the sophomore, and he's ahead for about 2 or 3 yards.
Yeah.
It'll bring up 3rd down and long for Gooding.
That's a quick 3rd down. Get it back inside the yard markers, but it's, like you said, 3rd and 9. Clock's still running, about 20 seconds now.
3rd down from their own 21-yard line.
They can't seem to get past 20.
They can't. This
30.
game has been played right on this end of the field so far. And this could be the last play of the quarter. Martin, handoff. And, boy, I tell you what, Gooding in force nearly took the handoff from Martin before throwing a loss to Butch Morris, who took it and then was hit immediately. And that'll bring up 4th down and long as we bring this first quarter to a close. In this one, all Kimberly. They lead it 24-0.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Right back here at Kimberly High School, Scott Burton, Paul Kingsbury, live on IdahoSports.com. And Kimberly, with the offensive explosion, 24-0 at the end of one. They have just now forced Gooding into another punt, and that one rolls just across midfield and out of bounds, where Kimberly will have it 1st and 10. Looks like the line of scrimmage will be right about the 46, 47-yard line. And finally, some action going the other way as that whole first quarter was really played within 35 yards.
Unfortunately for Gooding, it's just because they swapped sides.
And here's a little toss. This one is going to go to Michael Goff. And Goff breaking tackles and getting into Gooding territory before being run out of bounds around the 47-yard line. Nice gain on 1st down.
Looks like he gained right around 5 yards, so not bad. He was fighting traffic the entire way.
Goff, the leading tackler defensively, has scored 4 touchdowns on the offensive side of things this year. And this time will be the same play. This will be Walker, but it will be Walker turning the corner on the right side this time before being brought down by number 25, Dawson Turner. But that's enough to move the sticks, gain of 6. And Kimberly with a fresh set of downs will hustle to the line of scrimmage, the Gooding 41.
Well, they do hustle right back. Hustle back, look to the sideline, get the play, right at it.
Snap over the head of Larson. Larson just has to fall on it, but he can't get there, and Gooding's got a turnover. Johnny on the spot for the Senators, Bennett Gilbert. And if you are Gooding, you need a lot of breaks, and there's their first one right there.
Got to have not special teams, but your defense and special teams. In this case, the defense came up big. You don't see him fumble that ball too terribly often. It hit the deck, and you're right. He got there. Johnny on the spot, fell on it, and was able to turn it over, and they are right at, well, the 47-yard line. So this is the best field position they've really had so far here in the first half.
Well, let's see if Gooding can capitalize and do anything with it. Martin to throw, looks to his right, and overshoots the intended receiver. He was looking for Patterson. Patterson's the guy that's going to have to get it going, and Martin's going to have to look for him. Patterson, 608 yards receiving on the season, 8 touchdowns. He is really the offense for this Senator team. And so far, quiet to start this ball game, just underway in the second quarter. But that's a guy, Paul, that Gooding's going to have to get going.
Well, you have to get him the ball to get him going. And it was thrown a couple feet over his head, but he had a defender right there. I'm sure in the back of his mind was, if I catch this, I'm in a lot of trouble. Instead, it went over his head.
Second down and 10. Little misdirection, handoff, second man through. Good job by the Senators, or by Kimberly there to shut that one down. As taking the handoff was Rio Curtis. And making the tackle was A.J. Walker. So gain of about a yard, third down and 9 for Gooding.
Kid's dynamite.
Ooh.
You're the only one I've worked with that would have having a clue about that.
That's right. Jimmy Walker.
Like, but last year I worked with guys, and they're like, that was weird. Where you still go, that was weird, but at least you know the reference.
But I know exactly what you're talking about. Martin to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And just has to either throw it in the ground or it was scooped up for a 4-yard loss. We'll see if they called that one complete or not. Either way, it's going to be 4th and long.
No, luckily it was incomplete.
Because Martin was on the run right from the start and tried to find Curtis, who was just kind of his safety valve, but he was 5 yards deep into the backfield. And the ball hits right at his feet. It'll be 4th down and 9 for Gooding in another punting situation, unless, you just got to go for it at this point. You're down 24.
I didn't see a punt team come out. Maybe the quarterback will punt this, but it kind of looks like they're going for it.
They are. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. 1 man in the backfield for Martin, who takes the snap and will look to pass. Screen play set up, middle screen. It's complete. Curtis fighting towards that first down marker, and I don't think he's going to get there, as Kimberly was just rallying to the football. And leading the way for the Bulldogs was Godinez. And that is going to come up about a yard short for Gooding, unfortunately. They had the right play call.
They did.
Middle screen, but they just couldn't get that extra yard, and Gooding will take over. 9:47 to go, second quarter.
I like the guts, though. I like the guts to take that shot, knowing that if you fail, you're going to give the ball right back to them almost at midfield.
So now Kimberly, again, this time they'll set up shop from their own 46-yard line, 1st and 10. 1 receiver to the left, trips here to the right. Quick throw, Larson to Larson, who is running in the slot, breaks a tackle, and boy, in the speed of Larson down to the 41-yard line, gain of 14, 1st down, Kimberly.
Larson threw that. He threw it so quickly, he didn't even get his feet set. He was 2 foot side by side, shoulder widths apart, threw it all with his elbow and shoulders. Kind of threw it top to bottom.
1st down into Senator territory again. Larson out of the gun, will look to throw, this time down the sideline, and man, what a pass. And is it complete or knocked away?
He caught it, lost it as he went down. I think they're discussing it's a fumble, and it's turned back over to Gooding.
And coming away with it for Gooding was number 2. That's going to be Cade Page, and that's the second turnover for Gooding.
He caught it with his back to the end zone, and as he came down, it looks like it came out. I think everybody, the reaction was pretty dull because I'm not sure anybody knew what was going on.
Yeah, and I tell you what, not to make any excuses, but it is tough to see up here. We're in a booth with reflections, and the lighting down there is tough, and we're trying to watch all this through, a pair of binoculars, and we're not getting actually the full picture. So, bear with us on some of this, as Gooding, nonetheless, has the turnover. This is going to be Curtis, and Curtis, say hello to Chase Tilton, who's been all over the place here in the first quarter, a TFL for that guy again, and it's 2nd down and 12.
Luckily, with forward progress, he only lost one because he grabbed that jersey and pulled him back to inside about the 7-yard line. But good old forward progress.
Clock is moving, 8:40 to play before the break. 24-0 is your score. Martin out of the gun for Gooding. Gooding moving left to right. And we're going to have a flag, and this is going to be a false start on Gooding. And that'll push Gooding back a little bit more, as it was Cade Page, I believe, that just got started a little early. And now Gooding is operating pretty much out of the shadows of their own goalpost.
Oh, yeah.
As the line of scrimmage now is inside the 10-yard line. From about the 8, Martin to throw, straight back, flushed out of the pocket, looks to his right, has his man complete, and breaking a tackle is Curtis, but he is swarmed under by the second wave.
Late flag.
And a late flag comes in. Leading the way for Kimberly on that defensive play was, A.J. Walker. Dynamite.
Tell you what. So Butch Morris caught the flag as it was thrown. The official threw it, and he just kind of one-handed caught it.
And we're still waiting on the indication from the white hat. Personal foul, face mask against Kimberly.
Yeah.
Boy, that is going to bail out Gooding, as really they were moving backwards, like we said, out of the shadows of their own goalposts, and this is going to give the Senators a 1st down. And the line of scrimmage all the way out to the 25.
Did they go 15 yards?
They did, personal foul.
Right. It just didn't look like they went 15 yards. So, I'm sure they did.
And that penalty might be the biggest gain for Gooding here in the first half. Under 8 minutes to go. Fresh set of downs for the Senators. See if they can get something going here. Martin out of the gun, looks to pass, looks to his left, throws, complete. Patterson hit and dropped immediately by a swarm of Bulldogs. And leading the way that time for Kimberly was George Godinez. But Patterson able to pick up about 5 yards on the play. 2nd down and 5.
Well, they're going to call it 6. So 2nd and 4. 7.5 left. If they can get any points on the board going into halftime, that gives them something to build on going into the last 2 quarters.
Clock continues to run. 7 minutes and change to go here. First half. 2nd down and 4. Martin takes the pass and immediately has to run for his life, as coming in unblocked for Kimberly was Chase Tilton again.
Yeah.
And forced Martin to dump it away prematurely. It falls incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd down.
It's one of those plays where they actually lucked out that it wasn't a complete pass. He catches that. He's probably 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That's where he would have been down. So by not catching it, it kept him at 3rd and 4.
3rd down for Gooding. They come to the line. Double tight formation, double wing formation.
Ooh, yeah, we got
handoff. This time it's going to be Caden Owens who turns the corner, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds on that far side, close to the 1st down. It will depend on where they mark it, but it looks like he might come up just about a yard short.
And if they go with the spot with the official on the sideline, and they do, I think that's spotted about a yard short, or at least half a yard.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th down and 1 for Gooding.
A long one. Wow.
6.5 minutes to go here. 2nd quarter action, 24-0. Kimberly, all the points in that 1st quarter. And the Senators will keep the offense on the field. Handoff right up the middle, and it's going to be close. But I think he may have gotten it. It will be on the spot. And that is going to be Rio Curtis. He needed one and got 1.5.
You know, and I can't, you mentioned everything, but I was looking at the defense. And right before the ball was snapped, one of those defensive backs on the near side went up and tried to move one of the linemen because he kind of saw what was coming. He didn't get over, and that's the exact hole that he went through. That back saw it coming.
Fresh set of downs for the Senators. They'll bunch it up again.
Did it again. He just moved him. Worked that time.
Wow.
That's who he moved, and that's exactly why.
And getting in there and making the play for Kimberly is Weidman. And, boy, that's a tackle for loss as Weidman got in there and pretty much the same time as our running back Curtis took the handoff, and down he went for a 2-yard loss.
Yeah, and that's Goff down there doing his job. You know, those backs, sometimes the safeties are the ones that kind of direct that defense.
Martin, handoff, first man through. Boy, there is nowhere. Well, what's going on here?
Did he catch that?
A little play action pass had everybody full, and it's complete to Nolan Wolf for enough for a first down, and the sticks move.
I think that's the first down they've had
outside of the penalty.
Well, yeah.
I tell you what, that's the downside of trying to watch through a pair of binoculars. Is anything outside of that little thing?
Oh yeah,
you can't see. Martin, handoff. Curtis trying to fight for extra yardage, and that's a tough sled for 2 yards.
But again, the fight and the grit in this Gooding team, right? They got whooped 45-0 last week, and they come out this week, and they're fighting. They're down 24-0 with 4.5 minutes left in the first half. They're fighting. I mean, there is no give up that we're seeing at all.
No, not at all. And
they're
doing exactly what they wanted to do here in this quarter, and that is control the football.
Right.
And they've kept Kimberly's offense off the field. They've forced 2 turnovers already, but it was just that disastrous start that put them in a hole right away. Second play from scrimmage, fumble return for a touchdown, and Kimberly was on their way to a 24-0 lead. Martin, play action, straight back, has a little time, flushed out to his right, and throws it away in the sideline. It'll bring up third down.
Well, he had nowhere to go. That defensive line is just coming through. I mean, the offense is just not giving him enough time to get set, look, and make those throws. It's hard to make an informed decision on that throw when you're running for your life towards the sideline.
Well, and that's what Martin's going to have to do because we know how banged up the offensive line is. He's going to have to buy time with his legs, getting out of the pocket and just allowing his receivers to work downhill a little bit. But, he's been doing a pretty good job so far, but he has been under duress every time he's dropped back. 3:57 to go second quarter. It'll be third down and 8. Martin working out of the gun, one lone setback. Thrown to his left, and I'm not so sure that wasn't a lateral, and alertly falling on the football was Butch Morris as the pass was a little bit high, and it went off his fingertips and hit the ground, and then he immediately fell on it because it was one of those passes that was kind of iffy about being a lateral, and as it turns out, they are going to rule that a lateral, and a loss on the play will bring up fourth down and long, fourth and about 14.
Well, very heads up. He was on the ground, and there were 2 Kimberly players right there ready to scoop that up. He kind of shimmied on over to that football and covered it up.
4th and 14 for Gooding from their own 41-yard line. The offense stays on the field. Martin working out of the gun. Curtis, the lone setback behind him. 2 receivers to the left and 1 out to the right. And we're going to have a timeout on the field. This one taken by Gooding. They want to talk this one over because this one is a huge play. 4th and a long way to go. 3 minutes, 4 seconds to go. Second quarter. And, Paul, let's keep it right here.
Let's make sure you guys know that you can check back to IdahoSports.com, updated brackets, schedule scores, rosters. So as Scott mentioned that after this round of games in this weekend, they're going to reseed the bracket. this, I think, 2A. We'd have to look at the brackets. But so when you look at the brackets right now, you're going to see this block of 6 games this weekend. Once those are done, they reseed who's left into 1 through 8 using Max Preps, last Friday's Max Preps, to seed the bracket moving forward from the quarters to the championship.
And the one thing we do know is that the number 1 seed Sugar Salem and the number 2 seed Homedale received first-round byes, and so they will be the 1 and the 2. And then the winners of these games right here, well, they'll just kind of fill in the rest, as there are 8 seeds or 8 teams remaining after this weekend.
Yep. Wow, Sugar and Homedale. What are the odds?
Yeah, shocker, isn't it?
Shocker.
Sugar 8-0, Homedale 9-0.
Yeah, I've seen Homedale play this year. They're good.
All right, back to the action. 4th down and long. Martin out of the gun. Will throw it deep down the right side, and it's incomplete, looking for Patterson, and defended well on that far side. As providing the coverage was Kenyon Hernandez, the sophomore, who leads the team for Kimberly with 5 interceptions this year. Made the defensive play on 4th down, and now Kimberly will take over. 2:57 to play before the break, and they've got it from the Gooding 41-yard line.
Yeah, that was defended very, very well. It was a well-thrown ball. They just both fought for it, and I think the other team was looking for a flag, but not to be found. I think that's a good call.
Trips left. Larson to Larson. Larson breaks a tackle and heads up the field and picks up about 4 or 5 yards, as that one could have been disaster right away, but the quick feet of Larson, Riker Larson that is, the junior, able to slip out of one tackle and pick up what looks to be about 4 yards.
But just like before, right back to the line of scrimmage.
Larson rolling to his right, throws it across the middle.
They're looking for a flag.
And it's incomplete.
Yeah, they might have had a case for it, as he caught him around the waist a little bit before the ball got to him. I'm sure if we asked anybody out here in the stands, what do you think, sir? They might have wanted a flag called there.
3rd down and 6. From the 37, Larson will take the snap, call his own number, try to turn the corner. Right side breaks one tackle, stiffs arm another, runs through another guy before being brought down by Gooding, number 11. That's Caden Owens, but that's going to be a gain of 7 and enough for a first down as Kimberly keeps the sticks moving. The clock is moving, 2:10 to play.
As he ran around that right side, he had tucked the ball under his right arm, and he leveled a stiff arm with that left hand that just knocked the defender over. That's what really allowed him to get that first down. Under 2 minutes to play, clock running. Kimberly looking to sideline for the play. They all check their wristbands. Looks like they're good to go.
First down for the Bulldogs. And just a little toss this time. That's going to be Hammond. Hammond trying to turn the corner. There's just nowhere for him to go. Great pursuit by Gooding, as about 3 or 4 Senators in on that play. The first one there was number 22 for Gooding. That's going to be
there is a flag
Xander
down.
Gonzalez, but we do have a penalty flag.
Where that sweep came from the near side all the way to the other side.
And it's going to be holding against Kimberly. So we're going to march the Bulldogs back 10 yards.
And they already lost 2 or 3 on the play.
And holding is a spot foul. So wherever the foul occurred is where they are going to move 10 yards back from. And that puts the line of scrimmage, after assessing that penalty, right at about the 36-yard line of Gooding. So it's going to be first down.
About 18 or 19.
First down, and we'll call it about 19 yards for Kimberly. 2 receivers to the left of Larson. Nobody in the backfield. Larson takes the snap. Quarterback draw right up the middle, and he's got all kinds of room. Larson Right up the gut, close to the goal line. Ooh. Down at the 1.
He was untouched until right then. It just opened up for him. He had, like you said, all sorts of room to run, and he made it to the 1. I'd call my own number again. Finish the job.
Yeah, no kidding. Quickly, and Larson right up the middle, touchdown from a yard out. And 6 more on the board for Kimberly.
So instead of a huge rushing touchdown, he gets a 1-yard rushing touchdown. But he got the yards before that, so it all evens out in the end. Clock at 49 seconds. Been a quick first half.
And this time Kimberly's going to try to kick the extra point. As on handling the kicking duties is Rodriguez. And the extra point is good. So with 49 seconds to go before the half, Kimberly tacks on 7 more. 31-0 is your score.
Well, speaking of halftime, Scott, stick around for the halftime show where it's always a good time.
We got a show?
Well, I gave you the dance steps. I put it up on YouTube.
Good thing we're audio only.
It's the Idaho Launch halftime show. Scott, you're a high school guy. Did you know that current high school seniors are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money? You can apply today at Idaho Launch.
I had no idea.
Well, now you do. Now you do.
Wow,
it's pretty cool. It's part of the next steps is the major advertiser for us, and they just launched Launch recently. $8,000 for a senior.
Wow. Well, you can do a lot with that money.
You have to go to college with it, Scott. You can't just. He can have some money.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to know that.
And in the last 3 years or so, $8,000 has turned into not as much as it was before. Just saying.
Just saying. On the kickoff, Gooding having some problems fielding it, finally scooped up. And a nice return around the outside for Brady Till. And Till gets out across the 35 to about the 37, where Gooding will have it 1st and 10 with 38 seconds to go before the break.
It's not impossible for him to get into the end zone with 38 seconds.
Well, I tell you what, one of their best plays is just chucking it up to Patterson.
Right.
You know, just isolating him on the outside and just trying to see if he can win a jump ball.
I was never asked to jump when I played basketball in high school. They never called my name for the opening tip-off.
Shocker.
Yeah, we never played a team of midgets. That's probably why.
Martin running for his life again to his right and has to chuck it out of bounds. And he has just been harassed all game long.
You know, as a quarterback, that wears you down as well. Because you take that snap, you take your drop, and you want to be focused on the offense, focused on those routes. But instead, you're focused on getting creamed or running, you know, and it just changes the whole psyche of a quarterback.
And the guy that's providing a lot of that heat's just Chase Tilton.
He's chasing him down.
Tilting the odds in Kimberly's favor.
So far, that's 31-0 with 31 seconds to go.
I tell you what, you can't pay for that kind of witty entertainment that you just got for free.
No, it's really priceless.
2nd down and 10 for Gooding. Martin, play action, a little, and I'm not sure what happened, but out of the pack comes Kimberly with the football.
Well, it was a fake handoff to the left, and they should have given it to him because it was a wide open hole. But they didn't. It was the option, so they went to the other side. He fumbled it, and Kimberly picks it up, runs it back to right about the 15, 16-yard line.
Well, guess who came away with it?
Who?
Osterman.
Ah, crazy.
He's got an interception and a fumble recovery.
Well, at the end of the game, we will have our player of the game presented by Shift.
And now Kimberly with 22 seconds to go before the half, leading 31-0, and a chance to add to that after the Osterman fumble recovery. The offense back out for the Bulldogs from the 16-yard line of Gooding, 1st and 10. Larson to throw to the corner of the end zone.
They're going to flag that?
Boy, that's going to be close. They are. That's going to be offensive pass interference, making the catch in the end zone for a brief touchdown for Kimberly. was Mason Jensen, but he pushed his defender right to the ground before he caught the football. He knew it. Everybody knew it. Yeah. And the flag comes out.
It was a two-handed get out of my way and caught the football. I'm not sure maybe it was just reaction, because you're not going to try and sneak that one because everyone in the whole stadium is staring at you. But hey, you got to try, right?
You got to try.
Yeah. That backed him up a little bit.
Yeah, it did. It made things a little bit more difficult with 17 seconds to go, because they really had a shot to tack on a couple or a few more points. But now it's a little bit more difficult as the line of scrimmage is out to the 31-yard line. Larson out of the gun, looks to the right, going deep across the middle. He's got a man open, and it's incomplete. And I tell you what, it was Hammond who had nobody near him.
Yeah.
And the throw just a little bit offline, and it's incomplete with 11 seconds to go before the break.
Well, you can tell the goal is to put more points on the board before the end of the first half. Going end zone twice in a row, once after a 15-yard penalty. Think they're going to do it again?
I would
say yes. Yeah. And the receivers are going, come on. We got a timeout. Can we take it? Get a breather?
Well, 11 seconds. It's second down, and we'll call it inches or 25 yards.
Do the math.
Larson flushed out, has to run to his left, tuck it and run. Left side, he's got some room, and out of bounds right around the 15-yard line with 3 seconds to go. So Kimberly will have one more shot. And we've got a timeout taken by Kimberly. 3 seconds on the clock. Kimberly, for one final play before the break, will have a chance to tack on a few more. They already lead at 31-0. We'll step away and be right back after this.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
Right back here, Kimberly High School. Scott Burton, Paul Kingsbury, live on IdahoSports.com. Just a couple of seconds away before the end of the first half, and a half that has belonged to the Kimberly Bulldogs. They lead it 31-0 over Gooding, and Kimberly's going to have one more play from the 15-yard line to punch in another touchdown before the half. Out of the timeout, here comes the offense for Kimberly. Cade Larson this time will now go under center for the first time tonight.
But take a knee. No.
And it's just going to be a toss play. It's going to be a halfback pass to the end zone.
They're going to flag it.
And it's going to be picked off by Gooding. There are flags down, and it's intercepted by the Senators. Coming away with it is Cade Page, but let's check the penalty. A little trickeration from Kimberly.
Well, the defender did what Kimberly did on that first one. It was that two-handed shove on the receiver and left his teammate wide open for the football. So that should put him what? Half the distance?
Yep. That's yeah, it is. And it's going to give Kimberly another shot at a touchdown because the flag is going to be against Gooding for pass interference. And so with the clock at zeros, Kimberly's going to have an untimed down from the 8-yard line. Down doesn't matter. It's third down and 2, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be one untimed down for Kimberly to get another one in the end zone. Tight formation from the Bulldogs. Larson to throw to the corner of the end zone. Incomplete. He was looking for Mason Jensen, and Jensen was defended well. And, you know, for Gooding, you avoided a bullet right there at the end, but they do go to the break, trailing it 31-0. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with the halftime show provided by Idaho Launch right after this.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. Thanks for being there when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs. Toyota. Let's go places.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Former regional champ and back in training.
That's commitment.
Ow.
Oh, tough start. This is not as easy as it used to be, folks.
And she's off, obviously pushing through some pain.
Every muscle is begging her to stop. How's she doing this?
I'm not even sure she knows.
Look at her go. And stop.
Come on.
And go again.
It's literally the home stretch. Whoa.
She made it. Feel the elation.
What fuels that kind of fire?
Idaho Sports Nation, Ideal, Idaho's education savings program, is a proud partner of IdahoSports.com and an ideal way to save for college. Did you know it only takes $25 to start an Ideal 529 savings account and you get tax benefits? There is no better time than today to start saving for college expenses for you or for a loved one. Information and a full disclosure statement, including risks, terms, and conditions, can be found online. Please read carefully before investing. idsaves.org. Go save for college and go Idaho student athletes.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, we'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Vaping sucks you in quick, and the more you vape, the harder it is to quit. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems. That's why thousands of teens are joining My Life, My Quit. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Detour, you asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong. Toyota trucks.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news? You just took that selfie with poison ivy. Good news? Someone gets to use their coverage from Your Health Idaho. Quality coverage for as low as $0 a month.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Looking for future leaders we can trust and believe in? Look no further than the high school student athletes right here in Idaho. High school sports teach young people how to be effective leaders. It begins by making their grades and being on time for practice. It includes learning to listen, following directions, accepting responsibility, being a good role model. And it's about respect for officials, opponents, the rules, and each other. The result? It transcends sports. It gives us hope for the future. High school sports. There's so much more than just a game. This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association.
I am Kevin, and I'm from Idaho Falls. It's important for the disabled to be vaccinated because of COVID. I chose to be vaccinated because I didn't want to be sick or in the hospital. Getting the vaccination, my experience was painless and worth it. It was a very wise choice.
Dear Freedom, here's to more miles driven, more dollars saved, and more electrified vehicles than any other brand. Yours, Toyota Hybrids. Toyota, let's go places.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
Folks, I've got good news and bad news.
Welcome back to the Idaho Launch Halftime Show. Scott Burton, Paul Kingsbury, live on IdahoSports.com. About 2.5 minutes to go before we resume action here in the first half. And, Paul, let's just take a quick break and get to a recap of the scoring, if you will. 31-0 is your score. It all got started on the second play from scrimmage from Gooding with 11:09 to go in the opening quarter. It was Chase Tilton, a 35-yard fumble return. 2-point conversion is good. It's 8-0 Kimberly, and they haven't even run an offensive play yet. 2:29 to go, opening quarter. A 5-yard pass from Larson to Jensen. The 2-point conversion is good, and it's 16-0 Kimberly. And then after an interception by Osterman for Kimberly, it was a 2-yard pass, Larson to Hammonds, with 1:30 to go in the opening quarter. 2-point conversion good, 24-0. And then for Gooding, the nightmare first quarter finally came to an end because it really could not have started any worse for Gooding in that first quarter as they trailed it 24-0 after one. But in that second quarter, you know, you saw Gooding kind of get a little bit more under control. They controlled the clock in that second quarter. And although they didn't punch one in, they still have the goose egg on. They just allowed a late touchdown, a Larson on a 1-yard run with 49 seconds left in that first half, and it's 31-0, and that's where we stand.
You know, and they pushed Kimberly into a couple of fourth downs, which they didn't do in the first quarter. They
got a couple turnovers.
And they had a couple turnovers off that, and those fourth downs came, you know, in the red zone. They were able to stop that. So, like I said, they kind of got their legs under them after that first quarter. They held them to one touchdown that came late in the second quarter. But it's a pretty deep hole to dig yourself into against such a good team, right?
It is. It is, and you just got to put it in perspective, and you got to find those little battles because I mean this is a David and Goliath matchup here. I mean you got Kimberly coming in undefeated, 9-0, average points per game 43, giving up just 7. They're winning their games by an average of 43-7. Meanwhile, Gooding coming in with a 2-7 record, losing their games by a score of 30-10. I mean, it could not be polar opposites.
Right.
And they're conference foes. But at the same time, what I like to see is something you alluded to is that, the Gooding team is not backing down.
No.
They don't have the talent that Kimberly has.
Yep.
They are absolutely depleted on the offensive line, so they can't move the line of scrimmage at all.
Yep.
But you can see that they're just not willing to go away without a fight. Well, that's going to do it for the halftime. We are just about ready to go. Idaho launch. Many, many thanks. Welcome aboard, IdahoSports.com. And as we resume action, it will be Gooding kicking off to Kimberly. Now, Gooding will move from right to left in front of us, and we are underway here in the second half. And on the return, out across the 35 to about the 38 is going to be Walker, and that's where Kimberly will take over 1st and 10.
Now, short kick, caught it at the 30, went to his left toward that opposite sideline, and you're right, got to right about, well, I think they're going to say the 38-yard line, 39. Looks like they're going to say 37, but I think that's off. I think it's about the 38, so again, good field position to start off with the Bulldogs. Personnel changes. I think they've got 12 people out there.
Getting right out of the gate is a little bit confused, and they're going to be pushing the envelope here on the play clock as they finally get it together. And now Larson out of the gun again, works exclusively, calls his own number right up the middle, and not a lot of room for him that time as Gooding shut it down. Making the tackle was Bennett Gilbert. Short gain on the play, 2nd and about 8 for Kimberly, just underway, 3rd quarter.
So a nice stop by Gooding. I mean, they just had to come out and, keep working their hardest, try and get those stops, try and get turnovers.
Direct snap. This time it goes to Michael Goff, who picks his way through traffic and out to about the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 2 upcoming for Kimberly.
I'm not a coach, obviously, but you're up 31-0. You've got, the quarterfinals next week. I say you run clock. To kind of do what they're doing now, run, get a 1st down, run. But I don't think you're really going end zone on those passes like you were there in the first half.
Here's the toss to Goff, right side, cuts it up, has the 1st down, and tripped up by number 11. That's going to be Caden Owens, but not until Goff gets into Gooding territory, and a 1st down for the Bulldogs.
So every play has been a run here so far in the second half, and that's another thing for Gooding. You're down 31-0 and you're kicking off to Kimberly to start the second half. That's always rough. I always feel bad for the teams like that. Like, hey, you're beating us. Here's the ball again. I think they should do something.
Change the rules.
Change the rules.
1st down. Trips left. It's going to be Goff in the backfield. And now it's going to be a direct snap, this time to Lucas Williams, as it's Wildcat for Kimberly to start this second half, as Williams was the man in the backfield, takes the snap, picks up just 1 yard, and it's 2nd down and 9.
Kind of deep in the backfield when he got it, so it wasn't a bad run, but you have to make up all those extra yards just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So now you got Parker Stringham back there. You got Stringham and Goff working out of the Wildcat. And this is going to be Stringham. Fired across the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for, that was Barrett, I believe.
13.
Was it 43?
Yep, it's 43.
And a flag on the play. This one's going to go against Kimberly. Holding is the call. So we'll march him back again, and it'll be second down and long for the Bulldogs, working out of this Wildcat formation.
Yeah, it's a second and 19.
It's going to be Parker Stringham and Lucas Williams in the backfield, and the snap could go to either one of them. It's going to go to Stringham. Stringham will toss it this time to Hernandez, trying to turn the corner right side. Hernandez came in from the wide receiver position on that left side, took the little toss, and ran all the way across the field, ran about, about 20 yards just to pick up 2.
And that long jet sweep has not been working for Kimberly. It's the second or third time they've done it. They picked up 2 the time before, and I think 1 this time. So maybe it was 2 again this time. So.
But I think they're doing what you suggested they do here with this big lead, and that's just keep it on the ground. Let's run some clock, maybe try some new formations, and see what happens. And that's what Kimberly's doing here. And now they're faced with 3rd down and 17.
And doing this, you still have to get your first downs, right? You still want to maintain possession.
This is Stringham. Stringham just student body left, breaks through 1 tackle and gets back to the original line of scrimmage before being brought down. It'll be 4th down and 10.
So they just spotted Gooding, 3 downs. Said, okay, now we're going to, and that's actually, they're going to say he was short. So
4th and 11.
4th and 11.
Line of scrimmage is about the 45-yard line, 44-yard line of Gooding. And the offense stays on the field. It's Stringham. Running the quarterback now. He'll play action. Stringham over the middle screen, and Gooding shuts it down. Great defensive play by Gooding as the screen pass went to Goff. And Gooding was not fooled. Leading the way for the Senators was Dawson Turner. And the Senators force a turnover on downs.
Well, that's the way you want to come out. You can't look at the scoreboard. Everything has to come 1 score at a time. And if you get the ball back, that kind of negates that kickoff where you kicked off to them. But there is the time that came off. 3.5 minutes came off the clock. We're at 8:30. See, I did that math.
Wow. Let's see your abacus out in front of you, though.
Yeah, you're not checking my math, though, are you? Yep, you're right.
Yeah, show your work. Show your work. 1st down, Gooding. Their first possession of the second half. A little toss. And that one goes nowhere. Maybe a loss on the play. Caden Owens was the one that took the toss and the punishment. Loss of a couple, 2nd down.
Well, let's see if Gooding can take advantage of this. I was talking to the new guy at the Times News. I can't remember his name. He was up here, and I said, well, you can maybe make room for you. He said, no, down the sidelines you keep warmer. Okay.
Yeah. You sell him?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Not up here.
Yeah. I just kind of let him do his thing. Like, all right. I'm not sure your logic, but I'll go ahead and stay here.
You are Paul Kingsbury, after all. Martin out of the gun, handoff. And not a lot of room that time for Porter Whiting. And maybe back to the original line of scrimmage where it'll be 3rd down and 10 from their own 37-yard line of the Gooding Senators. Trailing 31-0, 7 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. And 3rd and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 lone setback behind Martin. Martin takes the ball, looks right out in the flat. It's complete, but well short of the 1st down. Complete to Patterson, who's had a relatively quiet night. And he gets half the yardage back, and it'll bring up 4th down and about 4 for Gooding as the offense stays on the field.
Yeah, it's not bad position for him. And again, This isn't the first time they've gone for it on fourth when they're in the middle of the field.
Yeah, we kind of have to go for it almost everywhere at this point.
Roll the dice.
From their own 43-yard line, it'll be 4th down and 4 for Gooding. Martin, back to pass. Flush to his right, stands and delivers. Hit as he's thrown, and it falls incomplete. It was intended for Owens, but Martin got hit right as he released the football, and that made his pass come up just a little bit short, and a turnover on downs, and Kimberly takes over.
So Kimberly takes over, 6:05, looking to add on to that 31-0 score. Not a lot of time. I don't know what usually they don't do a running clock in the playoffs. This is more of a play-in. So I guess we'll see if it happens. If you're a Senators fan, obviously you don't want that to happen. Unless you're a parent in the stands going, all right, it's cold. It's just, let's get it going.
Or broadcasters in a booth saying it's cold.
Because we're weak.
Well, we're old.
Old and weak.
Old. Well, geez. Direct snap. And taking it this time for Kimberly was McCrae Bruning, the sophomore. And he's trying to find some room on the right side, and not much happening there. Back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. You know, and for Kimberly, I mean, you certainly don't want to get your starters hurt, so that's why we haven't seen Kate Larson. But they're also doing it the right way. They're up 31-0 over a conference foe. They're just running the football now.
That's right. And you talked a lot about that in the Magic Valley Prepcast and Scott Stotts. There's the right way and the wrong way sometimes. All the time.
Swing pass. Left side, Tilton playing a little bit of offense and can't find his way back to the line of scrimmage. He loses about 3, maybe 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and long for Gooding.
Yeah, there's been some lopsided games this year all over the state. I think Kendrick beat Lapway 112-6. Yeah, they beat Genesee a couple years ago, last year, about 112-0.
And we talked about that today on the podcast. Brandon and I did about the Kendrick score, 112-6. It's like you just have to. There's a game within the game.
Yep.
And that pass out to the flat is going to be incomplete. It'll bring up 4th down. And just to kind of further that thought is, I don't know the details of that Kendrick game. I hear most of that happened in the first half.
Yep.
But here you are, a Kendrick team who has been so dominant over just about everybody they play. And there's teams that just won't play them anymore.
Right.
And so they've got to get their starters some reps because they don't get to play very much.
They're a 1A D2 team. They beat 3 of the top 5 1A D1 teams this year. I don't know. I don't remember when that's happened, when a lower division team has beaten 3 of the top 5 teams in the upper division.
And that is how good this Kendrick team is and has been for quite some time. 4th down, and Kimberly will kick it away. And this punt it'll be down to, or not downed.
Was it? Yeah.
It was muffed. I didn't see
anyone.
Owens come in there, but Owens was kind of blocked from our vision.
But it landed around the opposite, 30-yard line, 30 or 25. It must have hit a Gooding player. He scoops it up and starts running.
Well, that's exactly what happened. Is Owens was trying to get away from it, and it just bounced and hit him in the leg. And he was blocked from our vision from a Kimberly player. And then all of a sudden there was this mad scramble for the football, and, well, Kimberly came up with it. Now it's going to be the Bulldog football in Gooding territory right at about the 22-yard line. So a fresh set of downs for Kimberly off of the miscue. Direct snap, and right up the middle goes McCrae Bruning.
You don't see that too often either on a punt.
And Martin makes the tackle, gain of 9, 2nd down and 1, under 4 minutes to go here in the third. Kimberly up 31-0, knocking on the door here in the third. In the backfield for Kimberly is McCrae Bruning and Liam Browning. Bruning calling the shots, gets the snap, and it hits him right in the belly. He wasn't ready for it, scoops it up and manages to get back to the line of scrimmage and might even be close to that first down. We'll see where they mark it. It was 3rd down and 1, but a break for Kimberly as Bruning was not ready for that snap.
He was looking at Barrett on his right, telling him to come into motion. He was looking at him, giving him that universal sign for a come here, and the ball got snapped and hit him in the chest.
And he did make it right back to that line of scrimmage, so it's going to be 3rd down and a yard from the 13-yard line. Boy, big hit, but it's going to be enough for a first down as Bruning tried to hand it off, and there was nobody there, so he just decided to tuck it and run. And right at about that time, here came Brody Greeley, and he laid a lick on Bruning, but Bruning able to fall forward for about 1.5 yards, and the sticks move for Kimberly.
I think Greeley came out with the win on that one. Even though he got the first down, he came around and did his job.
So 1st and 10 from the 13. Bruning out of the gun. Man in motion, Bruning to throw. Across the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of George Godinez. And that could have been a touchdown across the middle, but Godinez couldn't hold on to it.
Yeah, in and out of his hands as he was crossing right to left, made it right into the end zone. Hit him in stride, just couldn't hang on to it.
And McCrae Bruning, the sophomore, listed as a quarterback / wide receiver, wearing 2 gloves, kind of all the Kurt Warner late in his days.
Yeah. Well, all of his days were late, weren't they?
Wow.
He's not listening.
He's not?
I don't think so.
Direct snap. This one goes to Browning. And Browning over left tackle to about the 10. And it'll bring up 3rd down. 2 minutes to go here. Third quarter. Clock is running.
Again, most of the points came in the first quarter.
Yeah.
You know, Kimberly got 1 in the second, none here in the third. Just Gooding had that disastrous first quarter.
3rd down and 8. Bruning out of the gun. Looks to pass over the middle. Nothing happening. And finally just on the run, pitches it forward, and it hits Godinez again right in the hands, and it falls to the turf. Godinez wasn't ready for it because he thought Bruning was going to run for it. And right before Bruning got to the line of scrimmage, he just shovel past it about 5 yards ahead, hit Godinez in the hands, falls to the turf, incomplete. And now 4th down for Kimberly.
It's like when Big Brother goes to Little Brother and says, "Here, catch!" Throws it as hard as he can.
Yeah, exactly. So 4th down for Kimberly.
Look out.
Bruning to throw over the middle. And it's incomplete. He was looking again, and that's the middle spot they've been trying to hit. It was intended for Jackson May, and the Senators defensively force another turnover on down. So no matter how this shakes out, you know, you got to find the positives. And, you know, if Gooding can somehow just get something into the end zone and get that goose egg off the scoreboard, it would be huge for them because they got shut out last week by Kimberly 45-0.
And Kimberly had 2 plays on that drive in the end zone that just came in and out of the hands of the receivers. So right at the 10-yard line.
And that handoff to Curtis goes absolutely nowhere.
They didn't bring him down, though.
He refuses to go down.
That's right.
The sophomore. And we're approaching a minute to go here in the third. Boy, this has been a very quick third quarter. Second down and 10 for Gooding. From about the 10, their own 10-yard line. Martin, play action to throw, going deep up top.
Ooh, in and out of his hands.
And incomplete. He was looking again for Patterson, and Patterson was triple teamed as he hit the seam route right down the middle of the field. And that'll stop the clock with 42 seconds to go here in the third and bring up third down and 10 for Gooding. Line of scrimmage, their own 11-yard line. The winner of this game will advance to play next week. We don't know who because they reshuffle and reseed everything after this weekend. Martin, handoff, Curtis, right tackle, stood up and dropped by a whole bunch of Gooding Senators. Leading the way, or by the Bulldogs rather, leading the way was Lucas Williams, the junior.
But as soon as the games are over, we'll know who's there, because all we have to do is look and see what their seeds were coming in and seed them, second, or I guess third.
Yep.
Third through 3 through 8.
Yeah, based on the remaining seeds. Fourth down, and Gooding will line up and punt this thing away.
Good punt.
And the kick fielded by Gooding and nowhere to go on the return. And that is number 21 for Kimberly. That's going to be Kenyon Hernandez, the sophomore. And that will do it for the third quarter. 31-0 is your score. This one, all Bulldogs.
Well, Demaray's Funeral Chapel is proud to sponsor the Gooding Senators. At one time or another, a family will be faced with having to make a difficult, emotional decision of making the final arrangements for a loved one. Demaray Funeral Service, Inc. is committed to providing meaningful services for you and your family, serving Gooding, Camas, and Lincoln counties in south central Idaho with complete funeral and cremation services with on-site crematory, pre-arrangements, pre-need insurance, and cemetery monument designing, sales, and servicing. We take time to listen, turning your decisions and ideas into a fitting tribute to honor your loved one. Good luck at State from Demaray's Funeral Chapel. Also, for over 13 years, Clover Creek Dental and Dr. McLaughlin have been providing exceptional dental care to Gooding and the surrounding area. They're now accepting new patients and can also do same-day crowns and implants. Dr. McLaughlin is great with kids and can accommodate the entire family. Clover Creek Dental is proud to support the Senators in tonight's game.
All right, 12 minutes to go in this one. 31-0 Kimberly over Gooding. As we move into the final period, it will be.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will be. Jeez. You know how sometimes when it's summertime and you eat some ice cream and then your brain freezes and you kind of lose track of time for about like 11 seconds?
Yeah. Sorry, what?
That might have just happened.
Who am I? Why am I here?
Sometimes when Catherine revs up the microwave.
Yeah, I understand.
And forget who I am for a half hour or so.
Pretty much the whole first quarter for me, actually.
Yeah. All right, Kimberly football, 1st and 10. Bruning looks to throw, nowhere to go, has to pull it down and make a run for it. Picks up about 3 yards before being brought down by Braden Martin.
Gave it a nice little pump fake. Got his guy up in the popcorn machine, tucked and ran right underneath him.
Second down and 7.
We got a photographer here from IdahoSports.com, so there'll be a gallery of action photos up in the next day or two. Really?
Second down, Bruning. Will take the snap and head right back up the middle, has some room, and brought down from behind by Dawson Turner. 42 tackles for Turner on the season. That's tied for 3rd in the Gooding Senator ranks, but that tackle after the first down marker. So it's first down for Kimberly at the Gooding 32-yard line. Bruning flanked by Williams to his right. He'll take the snap, look to his right, pass it out on the flat. It is complete to Osterman, and Osterman turns it upfield and comes up about a yard shy of the first down. It'll be indeed a yard short. So second down and a long one for Kimberly as the clock continues to move. And that just seems to be kind of the modus operandi here in the second half. And that's just what do we got to do just to keep this clock running?
It's all Greek to me.
Well played.
Touché.
That's French.
Ooh, nice.
Boy, Bruning, I'm not sure if that was a broken play or he faked the handoff, but either way, he just headed right back up the middle into a swarm of Gooding Senators, and then making the tackle was Nolan Wolf.
I think that was designed. He turned around like he was going to hand that off, and the back ran right by him to be a blocker for him. They only needed a yard or two, and they got it. So I think that's a good play.
So right at the 20-yard line are the Kimberly Bulldogs. Into the red zone, 9.5 to go, fourth and final quarter. Kimberly leads at 31-0. This will be Bruning. Handoff right up the middle goes Lucas Williams, and then Williams thrown backwards. Combining is Avery Young, and I
thought I saw 68, but you have 68 crossed out.
Gain of a yard, second down. Quick shout out to Matt Harris, who just tuned in and says, sounding good, boys.
I miss Matt.
Oh, Hurricane. Bruning working out of the gun in motion. Little toss, Williams. Williams hit in the backfield immediately and dropped by Gilbert. It'll be a loss on the play, and it'll bring up fourth down and about 12 yards for Kimberly.
Matt Harris followed you into the ranks of being an athletic director.
Mm-hmm.
He went.
Yes, he did.
He was Matt, if you're listening, I think he was the 2A athletic director of the year, not just District 6.
Yeah.
But he might have been just District 6.
No, he was state. I mean,
okay.
he's done a really nice job
if
there.
Not, I mean, he's number one in our hearts, regardless.
Absolutely.
I love Matt. Did I say that already?
Oh, Hurricane.
Oh, Bulldog. And it's funny, you nicknamed him Bulldog.
Bulldog.
And now he's the Ryrie athletic director.
See, sometimes I kind of see the future in the blind spot on my left eye.
You're a pirate.
Too many 5-hour energies. And
that's impossible.
Holy cow. That pass from Bruning complete down inside the 10-yard line. And it was complete to number 22, Caden Kessler, the senior. And that's going to be a first down. And it looks like they're going to mark it right at the 10-yard line. So that'll be first and goal for Kimberly from the Gooding 10-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go. 31-0, and there has been no scoring here in the second half.
Right.
It was 31-0 at the break. In fact, it was 24-0 after the first quarter.
And deep into the second.
Yeah, and with less than a minute to go, Kimberly scored to make it 31-0, and here they are knocking on the door. And this handoff goes to Williams, who trips over the 10-yard line.
Yep, he went right, tried to cut back left, and that I saw it. The line actually reached up and grabbed his shoe and knocked him over. They should have that looked at.
Oh, Matty. He's going to have proof now.
Are we live? I didn't realize we were live.
Where's our censor button? Bruning out of the gun. Pass to the end zone. Bobbled and nearly caught.
Oh.
Intended for Caden Kessler. And, they're trying to get Kessler the football. We're kind of next to some of the Gooding coaches who are calling the plays, and they keep bringing up Kessler's name. Get it to Kessler.
Rudy.
Yeah, it kind of has that Rudy feel to it. Third down and goal from about the 9-yard line. Bruning. Right up the middle to about the 5. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Greeley makes the stop for Gooding.
Well, at this point, make Kessler a back.
Right.
Yeah.
4th and goal from the 5, Kimberly. Bruning, flanked by Williams to his right. Ooh. And nowhere to go for Bruning as he tried to turn the corner right side, ran right into the arms of Greeley, and another defensive stand for Gooding as they force a turnover on downs. And they will take over right around their own 10-yard line with 6.5 to play.
Well, Greeley bear hugged him as he ran right into him, lifted him up, and dropped him back on the turf. Real turf, I guess. It's grass. A lot of schools have gone turf. Way more than they used to.
Oh, trust me, I would love to go turf.
Once you go turf, you never go back.
Well, that's what I hear. It's just kind of that price tag.
You got boosters in Jerome.
And we've got a stoppage of play. It looks like we've got a timeout. And this one taken by Gooding. So a timeout on the field, 6.5 to go here. In the 4th quarter, it's 31-0. We'll keep it right here.
Well, if you're looking for that perfect floral arrangement for an upcoming anniversary, birthday, holiday, just because, or if you want to give some to Matt Harris, buy from your local florist in Gooding, Magic Floral. An arrangement from Magic Floral is the easiest way to put a smile to fill their day with joy. Call Magic Floral in Gooding at 934-8834 to place a direct order, or you can visit them online anytime at magicfloral.net. Magic Floral delivers smiles along with their flowers.
All right. First down and 10 for Gooding as we return to action out of the timeout. Martin, left flat, complete. This one is to Morris, and Morris gets...
Well, he was wide open.
Oh. Yeah, out across the 20, and it looks like that's going to be enough for a first down, so they wait for the sticks to move, and quickly to the line comes Gooding. The only thing here that you're really kind of looking for is Gooding to punch one in.
Mm-hmm.
That one complete, left flat to Patterson, who immediately hits his knees as it was a low throw. Gain of about... we'll give him 5 on the play, maybe 6. It'll be second down.
They might go all the way to 7 on
Boy,
that.
they kept on going, didn't they? Six yards on the completion, second down and 4. Under 6 minutes to go. And like we said, the game is decided. It's whether or not Gooding's going to get something on the board. They were shut out last week, 45-0. They're getting shut out this week, 31-0. Trying to just fight to the bitter end and get something on the scoreboard. This will be Curtis up the middle, and he's hit and dropped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe half a yard gain. It'll bring up third down for Gooding.
I was doing the Grid Kid Championships in Eastern Idaho over the weekend, and it, those 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. A lot of times it's close to a first down, and okay, it's a first down, right? Mm-hmm. And I said on the broadcast, the only time I ever like anything liberal is when it's an official in a football game. It's close to a first down, sure, we'll give them a first down. But that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
2 receivers to the right side, Martin out of the gun. Back to pass, throws it deep down the sideline, and it's incomplete. Overshot Patterson, who was covered well, providing the coverage for Kimberly was Blake Willie, the junior. And now it's going to be 4th and 2.
I was working with one of our new guys, and he mentioned during the game off air, he's like, yeah, I'm not used to, the broadcast being this loose. And I went, well, can't fire me. But if you say anything like that, you better watch out. Yeah.
You know who I am.
No.
4th and 2, handoff. Oh, this is going to be close.
I think they got it.
It was kind of a mess with Blake Willie taking, or excuse me, not Blake Willie. It was going to be Butch Morris taking the handoff. He needed 2, and he got about 2 1/4.
Yeah, if that.
And the chains move for Gooding as the clock continues to move. 4:40 to play.
I would love for Gooding to get a score.
No, absolutely.
Right? We're not rooting for anybody. We have no fight in this game, but I would love to see Gooding score.
Yeah, and I really think everybody else would too. And I'm sure the Kimberly faithful wouldn't be too disappointed. I mean, they're moving on to the next round. Martin to throw. Across the middle. Complete Patterson. Patterson makes one man miss and brought down at about the 41-yard line.
And Gooding taking advantage of that zone. They're just putting someone right in the middle. And Kimberly is letting them to a certain extent. They're not going to give up the big play, but they are going to let them have those, 4, 5, 6 yard plays.
Gain of 9 before Patterson makes the tackle for Kimberly. And we're under 4 minutes to go here in the ball game. 2nd down and 1 as Gooding breaks the huddle and comes to the line. 2 receivers to the left. 1 man in the backfield for Martin. Martin takes the snap, looks to his left, has a little bit of time, and now is flushed out of the pocket, and down he goes.
Loss of a couple.
And I think, that was number 53, Jack Watson, the freshman, getting the sack. And a loss of about 1. It'll bring up 3rd down. And a long 3, almost 4 for Gooding. 3 minutes and change to go. Clock continues to move. If Gooding is going to get something in the end zone, they've got to start moving a little bit more left to right, as it's taken them a little while to work this thing up the field. And on this 3rd down play, it's a handoff. And that's going to be...
I think he got it.
Yeah, that's going to be Curtis.
Oh, they moved it back. And they're still going to give him the 1st down.
Yeah, close enough, right? Yeah, Curtis got tripped up and then just dove forward.
Yep.
And they're going to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, he stretched, and then there was the 1st down where the ball was, and then the official in the middle moved it back. I think he hit it with his knee.
Mm-hmm.
And they were already moving the chains. It'd be
we'd have to stop it and bring them back and figure out where the line. 1st down.
1st down, let's just do it.
And so here we go. So Gooding with the football. From their own 44, Martin to throw. Oh, they tried a little trickeration, and this might be a turnover. They tried the hook and ladder.
They were way too close to the sideline.
It was Patterson and Morris, and they just couldn't connect, as it was Patterson who caught the ball and tried to lateral it to Morris, but Kimberly was there, and they knocked the lateral down. The ball hits the turf. It's a fumble, and the Bulldogs jump on it. Turnover back to Kimberly.
Well, they were only 2 yards away from the sideline, so they had 4 Kimberly players. The sideline, you can't run around that.
Mm-hmm. That play made famous back in, 1983 by the Miami Dolphins.
I was going to say the Broncos in the Tostitos Bowl.
And taking the direct snap is Dagan Crispin, the sophomore. And he fights forward for maybe a yard. 2nd down, 2 minutes to go.
How about those Dolphins this year?
Tell you what, they're fun to watch.
Wish the Chiefs would have hung on to Tariq Hill.
Yeah, boy, what a weapon that guy is. Won me a fantasy championship last year.
He's on my daughter's fantasy team. She had no idea who he was.
Direct snap this time goes to Gunnar Beckstead, a freshman. And he goes around the left side, gets to about the 40, short of the 1st down, 3rd down and 2. And knocked out of bounds is Beckstead.
It's 31-0, Scott, but it's been a fun game to watch. It hasn't been boring. There's been, something happening all the time. Either long plays, turnovers like we've just seen. So as a football fan, it's been entertaining to watch. If you're a Gooding fan, maybe not so. Oh, high snap.
Oh, high snap, and we've got trouble. And a turnover recovered by Gooding. That's going to be Porter Whiting as the snap went well over the head of Crispin. And it was Whiting hustling back there for Gooding to fall on it with 1:33 to go. And another chance for the Senators to get something going here and maybe stick something in the end zone. They're going to have the football. Let's see where the line of scrimmage is. Yard line of Kimberly. Oh, if we could only have a pay-per-view version of the broadcast.
Well, the broadcasters, not the game.
Oh, the game. No, no. What happens behind the scenes?
Where the audio never goes down.
Isn't that the truth? Martin trying to go up top, and he's got a man complete to the end zone. Touchdown, Gooding. Bryce Patterson, and there's your answer with 1:24 to go. Gooding gets on the board.
A 45-yard pass play to the end zone after another turnover. Boy, that snap over the head, one play later in the end zone. Like I said, I'm happy for them. I'm happy to see them put some points on the board, finish the year on a positive note. That gives you momentum heading into the offseason, carries you all the way through the summer and into the start of the season next August.
Boy, they needed that, too. That was something that a lot of football fans wanted to see. And the two-point conversion.
Got it.
They did get it. Into the end zone goes Till. And so with 1:24 left to go in the ball game, it's 31-8 as Gooding finally gets on the board in about 8 quarters against this Kimberly Bulldog team.
Yeah. Well, Scott, the Stampede Burger. It's locally owned and operated by Ben and Carmen Stevens since 2007. Stampede Burger is the place to go for the best food in Gooding. Hand-pressed hamburgers, handmade and breaded finger steaks. I'm hungry. There's more. Don't forget about the all-you-can-eat Taco Tuesday, brand new Wing Wednesday. Finish off every meal with their new ice cream treat, the Stampede Swirl. Stampede Burger, located right in the heart of Gooding at 701 Main Street. Stampede Burger, serving the pride of local farmers and ranchers on every plate. Go Senators from Stampede Burger.
How about that? 1:24 to go. 31-8. Kimberly will advance. A lot of games happening tomorrow night and Saturday. A couple of them going off tonight. It was Teton and Fruitland playing at Weiser tonight.
Teton, you printed that off a while ago, didn't you?
Oh, I did.
Yeah, it's been edited since then.
Oh.
They're at Teton.
If there was only a place I could go.
Shut up, Scott. Not saying it was my mistake. I'm just saying shut up. Yes,
but they were playing tonight, Teton and Fruitland.
Yes, and we have a broadcast team there.
Yep.
Yep.
So there were 3 games going on tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Or 2.
I think you are.
Oh, 2. I am mistaken. And then tomorrow, 3 tomorrow and 1 on Saturday.
Taking the knee. I will be in McCall tomorrow night, where it's supposed to be 20 degrees, and I will be on top of the press box.
Whew. That's McCall, Donnelly, and Buell. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Yeah, that was on our picks list this week.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't really remember because I'm so down I'm at the bottom. Typical.
Yeah, I thought I saw you down there.
Yeah. Well, the first week, just in my own defense, the first week I was the last guy to get the games to pick. And so I saw all the games to pick. I went, okay, well, I'm going to pick, differently than everybody else, or this is going to be boring. And it ended the week 1-5, and I've just never recovered.
Oh, boy. Kimberly taking a knee. They should do this one more time, and that will be it. As the Bulldogs take one final knee with 30 seconds to go, and that's going to bring this one to a close. 31-8 is your final. The Kimberly Bulldogs will move on to the second round of the 3A state football playoffs. We don't know who they're playing. All of that will be decided by Saturday night when we re-bracket everything. But for now, we know that Kimberly moves on. Gooding's season comes to a close. They'll finish the season with a record of 2-8. But a little bit of a positive note for the Senators. They were able to punch one in against Kimberly. And in a game where they were outmanned, outmatched, they were banged up and hurt. They never stopped fighting. So, you got to give a little bit of credit to the Gooding Senators in a losing effort as their season will come to a close. So we will step away, be right back with the postgame show, which includes our player of the game. All of that coming up next on IdahoSports.com.
As Idahoans, we're not afraid to take risks.
All the way, all the way. Good. Go. All the way down, all the way down.
Driving under the influence is not a risk we're willing to take. Be around to do more of what you love.
We do things differently in Idaho. Sometimes we go east to find west, where muddy trails meet huckleberry smiles. Stars shine electric, and the wind smells like destiny. Sure, our traffic jams are strange, and not all our steaks are ribeyes. But wherever we go, our eyes never leave the road. Belts strapped and dreams packed, no distractions, no phones, focused. From here to there, it's who we are.
Welcome back to Kimberly High School. Scott Burton alongside Paul Kingsbury. It's the postgame show. 31-8 is your final. Kimberly will move on and play next weekend. They will await their opponent as all that action is happening tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday. But for now, Paul, we've got to come up with our player of the game. And we threw a couple of names around in this conversation and, some pretty good performances. And for Kimberly, really, the damage was done in that first half, and then that second half, it was just about, really in that first quarter. As in that second half, it was just one of the fastest second halves we've seen, just because they threw whoever in the backfield direct snap and let them run the football. So, kind of a classy move by Joe Dilley just to, limit damage and limit injury.
Did it the right way.
He did it the right way, exactly right. He must listen to the podcast and Scott's thoughts, right?
Who doesn't?
Well, really.
Who doesn't?
So, I can tell you one person. Anyway.
Yes, there would be one.
There would be one. So, but our player of the game, we tossed around, we tossed around Tilton a little bit because he's the one that got it started, had a great game defensively, but the guy we ultimately chose was responsible for 3 of the touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground, and that is going to be the quarterback, Cade Larson. So congratulations, Cade Larson, our IdahoSports.com player of the game, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department.
I knew you'd get there.
I'd get there eventually. Well, let's just recap quickly the scoring. First quarter, Tilton got it started on the second play from scrimmage on a fumble return, 8-0. Later on in that quarter, it was a 5-yard pass, Larson to Jensen, 16-0. And then with 1:30 to go in the first quarter, another Larson to Hammond's touchdown, 24-0 after the first quarter, and that was pretty much where it was all done. And then with 49 seconds to go in the second quarter, it was Larson on a 1-yard run, 31-0 at the half. And Kimberly did not score again after that, but they really kind of called the dogs off and ran some clock. And then in that fourth quarter, the only thing that we were looking to see is whether or not Gooding could get on the board, and they did. After a fumble recovery by Whiting, Martin to Patterson, a 45-yard touchdown pass. And Gooding on the board, 2-point conversion, good. Final score, 31-8. Well, I guess that's going to do it for us here at Kimberly High School. This has been an IdahoSports.com GameStreams production of the 2023 Idaho High School Football Playoffs, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department and IDEAL, Idaho's College Savings Program. Additional coverage on IdahoSports.com is presented by Project Filter, the Idaho Department of Health and Welfare, Valleywide Cooperative, Next Steps Idaho, Your Health Idaho, and your local Toyota dealers. And the broadcast was also made possible by the great support from our local business partners, Paul, and they include...
We love them all. Demaray's Funeral Chapel, Clover Creek Dental, Magic Floral, and Stampede Burger. Don't forget about our power boosters for each of these teams. For Gooding, you've got Steve's Quick Service, Hagerman Automotive, Jerome Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Clinic. And for Kimberly, you've got Winning Solutions Marketing.
All righty. Special thanks to Athletic Director Zach Dong and everyone here at Kimberly High School for their hospitality and help in getting this game broadcast to you. And congratulations again to our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game, Cade Larson, presented by the Idaho Transportation Department. And thanks again for joining us as the Kimberly Bulldogs advance in the 3A state football playoffs. They defeat the Gooding Senators by a final score of 31-8. Well, for my broadcast partner, Paul Kingsbury, and everyone else behind the scenes here at IdahoSports.com, my name is Scott Burton. Thanks for joining us, and so long, everybody.
Did you know Idaho high school seniors graduating next spring are eligible for up to $8,000 in grant money for career training and education through Idaho Launch? Funds can be used to cover the cost of apprenticeships, job training, community college, and university programs that lead to in-demand careers. Students choose their own path, and Idaho Launch helps pay for it. Funds are limited. Apply today at nextsteps.idaho.gov/launch. Idaho Launch. Support in every direction.
This is not what I asked for.
Once again, we have contributed to your ideal college savings program. Love, Grandma and Grandpa.
Give the gift of college savings this holiday season with Ideal, Idaho's 529 college savings program. Eventually, they'll appreciate it.
I love it. Thank you.
College costs money.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com GameStreams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com